worked out well. There's something special about having multi-ton tractor trailers driving that close to you. They're so powerful that they can shake your car just by being near you. But that's what I get for having a car this size, I guess. Hey explorers, it's Ethan here. I'm on the road right now. I'm on the New York Thruway, heading up toward the Great White North, and I'm gonna land in Her Majesty. That's Vermont, the best and most beautiful state in this whole nation. Today we're gonna talk about fuel efficiency. I'm on this road for a long time, so I figured why not tell you guys a little bit about it. There's a lot of misconceptions going on in that industry, and a lot of them actually don't make any sense. The biggest one we're actually going to start with, and it's getting fuel efficiency differences when you're running your air conditioner versus when you're not running your air conditioner. A lot of people believe that if you have your air conditioner running on in your car, then it will reduce your fuel efficiency and your miles to the gallon. This is completely false. It's a myth I've heard my whole life, and then I did a bunch of research for you guys on it, and it's actually not true, even a little bit. I think the idea came from old cars when air conditioning was first being implemented in them, because they actually did draw power from the car and sucked up a little bit more gas than if the car didn't have air conditioning. However, this is completely untrue in any cars made after, 1990, and I'm sure there's some exceptions, but for the most part, it's true. And this can actually be observed if you learn about how car air conditioners work. So it's a really interesting system to check out with diagrams and stuff. But basically what happens is there's an alternator inside your car. Every car has this, and it converts excess engine power into electricity. It's the thing that runs all of the vents in your car, your radio, your lights, everything that's electric in your car is run off of the alternator, and the alternator gets its power from your engine. So you press the pedal down, it releases air into the system, which allows the gasoline to combust. That's right, I said when you push the pedal, you're not giving your car gas, you're actually giving it air, which allows the gasoline in your tank to combust, firing the cylinders and creating power, which makes your car go zoom down the road, as I'm doing right now. So it's a common misconception that the air conditioner requires more engine power to run, and this is just not true. See, there's a little cylinder that's right next to the alternator, and if you look in your engine, you'll actually see this. There's an extra belt that's connected just to the air conditioning compressor. This belt is spinning whether you are running the air conditioner in your car or not, and that's where the air conditioner runs off of. So this belt spins, and when you push in the air conditioner button, it releases a lock inside, allowing it to spin an extra part, which will then power the condenser and the compressor, which delivers you cold air. So regardless of whether or not that air conditioner button is pushed in on your dashboard, the belt is running off of the engine and getting power. So as long as your car's running, you're producing the same amount of power and consuming the same amount of gas. Now, idling is completely different. A lot of people during the summertime, when they're waiting for a loved one or a friend to get out of the grocery store or the gas station store, using the bathroom, whatever, they'll just sit in their car. You should never, ever idle more than 1 minute, and exactly 60 seconds. This has been proven scientifically, because after 1 minute, the amount of fuel required to restart your car is more valuable than the amount of fuel that you will have burned if you left your car idling. Don't idle. It's not good for you, it's not good for the wallet, and it's not good for your planet. Our planet. Everyone's planet. It's not good for anybody. So don't idle more than 1 minute. unless it's under than a minute. If it's under a minute, then you're actually saving gas. So you can do that. You have my permission. So this video is all about driving sustainably and efficiently. So another really great thing you can do is drafting, which is actually what I'm doing right now. A lot of big highways, the New York Thruway is a great example, which is where we are right now, has two separate lanes, and they're divided by a median, and I'm not talking oncoming traffic. There's two separate parts of the highway that are both going in the same direction. In this case, we're going north right now. And the rightmost highway will most often be vans, trucks, buses, and then in smaller print the sign will say, and cars. So one reason you want to be on this side of the highway and not on the other side, which is cars only, is because there's tons of great trucks and vans and buses to draft off of. This is a concept that you'll know very well if you've ever watched NASCAR or any other professional automobile racing. The cars will drive up behind another car, which reduces the air load on the front of your vehicle and allows you to get greater speed. Right now we're not trying to get a greater speed, and we'll get into that in a minute. But what we're trying to do is reduce the oncoming air load onto our car. Cars are designed to be aerodynamic, and trucks are especially designed to be aerodynamic because they're huge and they're carrying multi-ton loads. So one thing that trucks are great at doing when they're not so great at fuel efficiency is cutting air paths for you. So there's a tractor trailer right in front of me right now, and there's this huge rectagonal, is that a word, space of air coming at me where there's less force than if I was on a lane on my own. This truck has already cut the air for me, so by remaining behind it, I'm reducing the load on my car and I'm saving gas because my engine doesn't need to put out as much power to maintain the same speed. Another way to maintain fuel efficiency inside your car is driving the speed limit, believe it or not, which you should be doing anyway, because going above the speed limit usually is not good for your car. Almost every car that I came across in research has a maximum fuel efficiency at 55 miles per hour. I actually didn't find a car that didn't have this rating, and that's really interesting to me. So that means that every car will achieve maximum fuel efficiency if they drive 55 miles per hour. And again, right now I'm actually saving more gas than that, even though I am going 55, by maintaining my distance from this truck and letting him cut an air path for me. So some things you're doing by maintaining that 55 mile an hour speed is you're allowing your car to combust the gasoline inside the engine at its maximum rate, which will use less power overall. And you see all these people driving around, especially in the city where there's a lot of stoplights, they're racing from stoplight to stoplight. There's no need to do that. The only thing you're doing is hurting your wallet and reducing the life of your car and hurting the environment. So don't do that. Don't rush from stoplight to stoplight. That's another great thing that you can do, is slowing down when you know you have to stop. Even on country roads, if there's nobody else in front of you, if you're not going to bother anybody else, I do it even when I'm bothering other people, but say you know there's a stop sign, your GPS is telling you there's a stop sign half a mile down the road, you're going downhill soon, don't give it any more gas. There's no reason to arrive at that stop sign at 40 miles an hour. No reason at all. Again, you're just going to hurt your car, your wallet, and the environment. No reason. And this isn't just true with stop signs. It's a great way to actually help reduce traffic on the road and sometimes even prevent traffic. Traffic is caused when cars start and stop and start and stop. If everybody maintains a speed, yeah, traffic would be a little bit slower on the highway than it would be without any accident or whatever is actually causing the traffic, but it will go away astronomically quicker if everybody went a constant speed rather than starting and stopping. Because when you start and stop, then the guy behind you's got to start and stop, then the guy behind you's got to start and stop. Rather, if everybody just went a slower speed than they normally do, you'll cross the obstacles safely and in a timely fashion, rather than causing these hour-long roadblocks that we see in New Jersey and New York, and they're in every state really, but mostly around New York City and Philadelphia where I've seen them. Probably the best way to improve your fuel efficiency and miles to the gallon is, unfortunately, getting a new car. I know those are words that I don't like to hear either, but honestly that's the best solution. Newer cars are held to a more rigorous stipulations than older cars are because the older cars are already made. And these newer cars have to fit into certain emission brackets, and they have to combust gasoline much more efficiently than older cars have to. And if you go back in time, cars get less and less efficient, way till we get back to the Model T, where that sucker was sucking up a gallon every 10 seconds. Seriously. So, the newer cars, they're great on emission standards, and they really increase your miles to the gallon, but I think we shouldn't just abandon our cars that we have now, because there are billions of cars on the road, and there's already so much in landfills and scrapyards. You might as well just drive your car till it runs off the road. Not with you in it. I mean, till it breaks down and you can't repair it anymore. That's what I'm doing with this car. It's working out well. So there you have a few of my biggest tips. Don't idle, ever, unless it's under a minute, in which case you have a pass from me. Draft while you're driving as much as possible, especially behind larger trucks. They usually don't mind, but remember to keep a safe following distance, and never draft off of a dump truck or a salting truck, because you have to keep a certain distance back, and you'll probably end up with a cracked windshield if you do it too often. That's because things fly off of them quite frequently, especially salt trucks, in which case they're designed for things to fall off of them. Additionally, you can get a new car. If you're able to do that, I support it, as long as you properly dispose of your old car or donate it to someone else that can use it. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to support us on Patreon if you're able. We greatly appreciate it, and it's because of viewers like you that support us there that we're able to keep making videos like this. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content, and I'll see you at the end of the road. Hey, that guy's looking at me. He knows I'm filming. I should really put the name of our YouTube channel on the side of the car.